I've been married over a year now. I've been with my husband for 5 years. We have 3 kids together. Last year, the police was called in the home for domestic violence in February of this year, but the paperwork was already submitted to immigration. And because I had called the police on him because they had punched me in the face, I had bruises all over.
Don't tell me you're still living with him, are you?
Emergency. No, I'm not.
Okay, but you haven't done anything with the case.
The paperwork has been sent in. He had petition for me.
Okay, so you need to now convert it to a VAWA case, which is a battered spouse case. You have a very straightforward case because you got the medical records and you have kids together, so you have proof it was a real marriage, plus you have proof of the abuse.
The interview is next week, Wednesday, and he claims he's not going nowhere.
Okay, you don't need him anymore. You don't contact him, you don't speak to him, you don't deal with somebody who did what they did to you. He is out of your life, and you will still get a green card. Yeah. You are going to file on your own. I'll help you if you want. We're going to file on your own without your husband. He's done, he's finished, doesn't deserve a second chance, and you're going to get your green card, and it's going to be based on abuse, okay?
I started my VAWA application back in 2018, and it was approved and everything. However, my 360 was approved back in 2019, and I remarried February of this year, but I got my green card last month, in September.
You can remarry as long as the I-360 was already approved.
So my question is, am I still, so I would like to petition for my now spouse. Can I move forward with the petition, or do I have to wait until I become a U.S. citizen?
I'd wait until you become a citizen. Where is he?
He's here. He's in the United States.
Yeah, wait until you become a citizen. He's overstayed his time?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, okay, then you can file an adjustment if he's in legal status.
Before his time is up, I can go ahead.
Correct.
I don't have to wait until I'm a U.S. citizen.
Correct.
Okay.
I was married to a permanent resident, and I was abused, and I filed for VAWA in November of 2018. My case was approved on June 24th. So I received the approval notice.
What was the approval, the I-360?
Yes.
Okay.
It says there is what's the deferred action for 15 months. What do they really mean?
Deferred action?
Yeah.
It means that they're not going to do anything to you.
Okay. And one more question. How long do you think I have to wait after receiving this?
Wait for what? Your green card? Did you file an adjustment application?
Yes. My work permit changed from C09 to C31.
Okay, but all right. So about 8 to 10 months after your I-360 is approved, you should get an adjustment into you.
Can I start therapy and get my background checked before I start filing VAWA, even with an attorney?
Yes, of course.
I got my travel document through VAWA.
Great.
Can I fly inside the U.S. without any risk? And what about outside the U.S.?
No risk inside the U.S., no risk outside the U.S.
If I have an approved VAWA, how long will my adjustment of status take?
About 2 years.
Can I apply for a VAWA EAD-C09 extension for 6 months in advance rather than waiting for auto renewal?
You can do it about 4 months in advance.
My question is that my VAWA has been approved, but I got deported back in 2020. Can I get any deportation exception?
Why were you deported? Because you overstayed your visa? Why were you deported?
Yes.
Are you married to this woman or divorced?
I'm married. I got deported, and my VAWA has been approved now.
Okay, so if your VAWA has been approved, you can then process your application at the U.S. Embassy and then file a waiver to return after prior deportation.
I did a VAWA application, and my son was a derivative.
Right. Where's your son now?
So he's in Jamaica.
Okay, and you got approved?
Yes, I got my green card.
So now you have to do what's called an I-824 to have the approval transferred to the National Visa Center so you can start processing for your son. And what you're doing is you're requesting that the approval of your adjustment the National Visa Center be notified so your son can follow to join you.
Okay.
Okay? And if you have a problem, call us back.
I have a pending VAWA case. I submitted the paperwork in January, and they were filed in April. My husband doesn't know that I'm filing the case. I haven't received pending or processing letters yet.
However, he and I have been together for a few years now, and we have a child together. I did leave our matrimonial home a little over a month ago based on his request.
Right.
However, he has recently apologized, and I guess he's trying to see if we could work things out. He offered to see if we could go to marriage counseling. But my question to you is, if it is that I go to marriage counseling, would that affect my case in any way, whether now or later on, since I haven't gotten anything yet?
No, you can go to marriage counseling, and if you and your husband choose to work things out, and you're willing to forgive him for the abuse that he has, perpetrated on you, and you feel safe in the household, you can go back to him. That's your prerogative. You're an adult. You would then withdraw your VAWA case, and he would file a new adjustment application for you, and that's what would happen. And if you go for marriage counseling and it doesn't work out, it doesn't change the fact that you were abused.
So you think in the meantime I should still keep my case definitely going?
Correct.
Since I haven't received anything yet.
Correct.
And I don't know what's going to happen,
Correct.
going to marriage counseling.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I file for VAWA if I'm over 25 years old and have an abusive parent?
Over 25, no. You can be an abused parent. You can be an abused child under 25. You can't, over 25, be abused by a parent for VAWA. But if you're being physically abused, call the police, and if your parent gets arrested, then you have a U visa.
I sent in my VAWA application in October without my medical exam. Is it okay if I send in my medical exam right away when it's done, or should I wait until they ask for it?
Wait until they ask for it.
I got married in 2019, and it's been a hell of a marriage.
Oh, gosh. What do you mean?
I've suffered a lot, and I'm still suffering in the respect of leaving the marriage. I was talking to a couple of people after filing for divorce, and they gave me an idea of VAWA, which I don't know what it means, but then I went online, started reading, and they gave me your link of watching your program. So
when did you get divorced?
No, I just filed in July.
So, couple things. To do a VAWA, number one, you have to file within 2 years of a divorce. So the fact that you're getting divorced now means you have 2 years left to do this, or approximately.
Okay.
Now, in order for you to get a green card through VAWA, you have to prove three things. Number one, you and your spouse were in a bona fide marriage. This was a marriage for love. It wasn't a marriage for business, and you got to prove that. And you do it on your own. Your spouse is out of it.
Yes.
They ask your spouse nothing. They don't go to your spouse for anything. This is all you doing it on your own. One, prove it was a real marriage. Two, prove you're a person of good moral character, meaning that you're a decent human being. You're not a bad person. Okay. And lastly, prove that you were either physically abused or prove that there was extreme emotional abuse. And lots of people say to me, what is extreme emotional abuse? Extreme means emotional abuse on a regular, daily, constant basis. Okay? If it happens day after day after day after day after day, you wake up, you're on pins and needles, you don't know what he's going to say, how he's going to react, what he's going to do, put downs, manipulation, power over you, cursing at you, screaming at you. And it happens day after day after day. It's just like kind of knocking you on the head day after day until it's an extreme. It's extreme because it's happening all the time.
On daily basis.
And if you're able to show that day after day after day after day, and how do you show that? Because it's hard to prove a bruise on the inside. It's your own testimony, your own credible, detailed. You got to dig deep inside, and you got to be able to express yourself, what happened and how it happened and when it happened. And people who are able to dig deep inside and be able to express what happened on a regular, daily basis, and we can put it on pen to paper, because no one's going to interview you about it. You do it pen to paper in a long, detailed statement, and then perhaps other people witness these things and they can corroborate, or you discussed it with other people. Perhaps you went for counseling and they're able to write a report about what's going on. All of that together, if we're able to show regular, daily, constant, boom, 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 that's extreme emotional abuse. You file that application with immigration. with an adjustment application so you can get your work permit, so you can get your travel document. And if you're able at a minimum to prove, 1, that it was a real marriage, 2, your personal good moral character, and 3, that these things happened, at a bare minimum, they will give you what's called a prima facie determination that you submitted evidence of all 3, and that prima facie determination allows you to go collect government assistance as an abused spouse. So you'll get government assistance, you'll get a work permit, you'll get travel documentation. Nobody says you have to stay in an unhappy marriage. It has to be done within 2 years of a divorce. I've now told you everything you need to know about a VAWA case. Now it's about saying to yourself, do I want to do this? Can I prove this? Do I want to go through this process? And if these things are a yes, then it's a good way to get a green card. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.